Governor's Award is the longest standing place to have a sustainability award. So the state of Illinois actually had the great insight of doing this, and it's been in place for approximately 30 years. It's unique not only on a national scale, but on a global scale, which sets us apart from everybody else. This is kind of the Emmy Award for Sustainability. It's an award for Illinois, but it means a lot more beyond the state of Illinois. It's great PR, and it makes a big difference for companies, for example, that are looking to do business outside the state, as well as from an international perspective. This is not an easy thing to get. It takes a lot of work, there's a lot of screening, and frankly, there's a lot of competition for these awards, which makes it great when you win.
The Sheriff's Office has supported the recycling effort since 2008. We've watched it evolve from a general recycling program, beginning with cardboard, paper, and plastic and metal, into a secure record destruction hub and a secure pharmaceutical drug collection hub for the entire county. We are currently collecting about 2 million pounds a year. Our biggest collection is paper, and that runs at about 1.5 million pounds. Metal is right behind that at about 45,000 pounds. Plastic is about 15,000, and then the balance is drugs, around 15,000 pounds.
When we started in 2008, Sheriff Tom Dart came up with the Green Leadership Team think tank, and we were just bouncing off ideas of how can the sheriff elevate recycling within the office. We started with one baler and just pulling cardboard out of the waste stream at all the courthouses and a large percentages out of the jail. We took just that simple template. Basically, we were just targeting things that we knew that was out there. How can we pull these out of the waste stream, and how can we extend that life and extend the taxpayer dollar? If we're pulling it out now that you don't have to pay for the waste stream, and you're going to make money because we can sell these products anywhere. Blankets and sheets, they get damaged in the Department of Corrections. Instead of just throwing them into the waste stream, we wash and clean them, cut them out, and make shop rags out of them. We can use them in our transportation department. And then we had these products, and then we reached out to other county agencies. So we went to the custodial services at the courthouses. Hey, could you guys use this product? Of course we can use that. So we ship them out to them, eliminate the purchasing. Let's use that dollar to the fullest we can, keep the cycle going, so to speak.
Caris is a 101-year-old, family-owned, third-generation private company. It's grown to become the largest producer of potassium permanganate in the Western Hemisphere.
Our permanganate is used in water and air treatment environmental applications. We reduce the amount of metals and dangerous hydrogen sulfide gas in water that's used in drinking water plants and wastewater plants, making that water safe to drink for all the people in municipalities across America.
We're saving 70 million gallons a year of water by recycling water that was used once. Now it's used twice. That saves us around $70,000 or $80,000 a year in water cost.
President Preckwinkle, the president of our county board, has made a public commitment to reducing the county's greenhouse gas emissions 80% by the year 2050. That's a huge motivator for everybody in the county to do their part. But it's not just the environmental impacts that we care about, it's the economic impacts. Sustainability often involves things that create good jobs, energy efficiency, public transit, retrofitting our buildings. These are good, well-paying jobs that don't necessarily need a higher degree. And there's social benefits to making our communities more livable. Walkable, better quality air helps with our quality of life and our health. Sustainability is really a win-win all around. Our suburban courthouses were a big focus for us. These buildings were built in the 60s and 70s, and they were all electric buildings, including the heat. So they used a lot of energy and they produced a lot of greenhouse gases. So we made major upgrades in the heating systems. We switched over to natural gas, which is a cleaner fuel. We've put in LED lights, not just in the buildings, but also in the parking lots. And we're also experimenting for the first time at the county with geothermal heat at one of the courthouses. We have a system that is going to produce about 80% of the load for heating and cooling in that building.
At Shedd Aquarium, since 2008, we've reduced our water pull by 50%. At one point, we were using over 60 million gallons of water a year, and now we're using just over 28 million gallons of water a year. I'm responsible for energy, waste, and water, and they play a key component in what we do at Shedd Aquarium. We believe that conserving natural environments are very important, and using less natural resources really plays into that. Our water savings came from two different areas, right? We have water that we use for our animals, and then we have water that we use for general mechanical systems in buildings. We're actually able to adjust our flow rates and achieve energy savings along with water conservation. And we're also finding out that we're creating a new microbiome inside the habitats, which is actually really good for the animals. We have a very ambitious energy roadmap where we're looking to reduce our energy pull by 50%. We've already installed solar as part of that, and we're doing a really cool thing around smart building operations where we're actually using an algorithm with analytics to drive building performance on a daily, even hourly basis, and become the first smart energy aquarium. That means a whole bunch of things. We're getting ready, one of our future projects is coming to life this fall where we're going to release a battery into the frequency regulation market. Very exciting for us.
Every time we find a partner where we find new ways to recycle. We right now recycle for Lagunitas Brewery. We work with Savers to recycle clothing, street clothing. We work with International Paper in the responsible disposal of our secure documents. We're all looking for partners all across Illinois.
It's a continuing effort on our part to improve our sustainability, manage our manufacturing costs, and have less impact on the environment.
Sustainability is really all about getting everybody involved, and it's about making sure that the projects and the work that you undertake help them meet their goals as well, whether that's saving money or getting their dirty old boilers replaced or whatever it might be. Getting the award, I think, helps reinforce to everybody from the very top of the organization down to the folks at the building level and on the street and interfacing with customers that what they're doing has really high value and that it's appreciated not just by the county leadership but by the state and by all of these corporations also that come to the event every year and see who gets the award.
Inside our organization, the Governor's Sustainability Award has helped us really bring awareness and really engaged a lot of staff that wouldn't normally know what we do on a daily basis, that we're actually doing these water conservation things. From a public perspective, just being able to put that kind of out there in our publications is very important because, again, I think our public expects us to be doing these things, which is very true, but that really shows them that we are doing these things. We're putting the rubber to the road.